guys saw it at all, but basically this one meme was going very, very viral where you would turn yourself into a cartoon on on ChatGPT, I believe. Now, that is a perfect narrative for a coin. A lot of people are investing. You guys have to keep in mind that meme coins, it's in the name, meme, coin, meme. The culture decides what is worth. So the more viral a meme goes, the more viral that the meme coin goes. They're directly linked in terms of value. So you have to think of meme coins as a social platform. Meme coins are a social platform because instead of people liking a post, they're simply buying into the meme. Instead of liking the meme, they're buying the meme. Okay? That's the very big distinction with meme coins. People, instead of just putting an arbitrary like button, they're liking with their dollars. And that's why people are making a lot of money with it. So the more viral meme goes, the more potential you have. And if you're a very good marketer, you can build a meme from scratch. Or if you're not a very good marketer, the best route for you to go on is to actually just copy. So this meme right here, Giblification, is actually a copy of another trending coin that hit even bigger heights compared to this one because it was copied and pasted on a site like MemeFast, where you can simply create a coin in one click. So as you guys can see here, let's say I were to find a token right away and I wanted to make one. So let's go to new pairs because I want to look at the new pairs right here. These are the top coins currently on Pump.fun. As you can see, this one is right here, which is top of the food chain, king of the hill. And as you guys can see here, I believe it was somewhere over here, the Elon cheese coin. Now we have to see if this is really a really good narrative. And so I went ahead and searched it up on Twitter. Why exactly is this trending? Elon Musk is officially cheese mega. Not even sure what the hell this means. But as you can see, judging by the views, it is doing pretty well and it's relatively new, meaning 2 hours ago. So this meme has more potential. As you can see, more people have already made meme coins regarding this topic. So let's actually go ahead and do that. And again, this is the first step of the equation where we have to market the coin. The next one is going to be networking, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So the first thing, again, the first step is actually before all this is creating the token. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're simply going to click create coin. We're going to go ahead and confirm the Phantom wallet that's connected to it. Don't worry, this is just basically saying that you're going to be able to create the coin afterwards. Once the coin is created, I'm going to go ahead and show you the networking aspect of actually doing this on your own, because it can be very, very tough to find people to actually buy your coin, especially if you're just starting out. So what we want to do now that this token is successfully created, we want to hit create liquidity pool. We want to make sure that we have at least 90% of the supply. Actually, we have 90% of the supply, because what happens if we do max is that people can't actually buy the token. If we do half, honestly, we can control half of the supply, but I like having 90% of the supply at my disposal. That way, I can either sell some off, I can give some to the people that have already been attracted to my project. But basically here, we just have to put an amount that's greater than 0.3 because that's reserved for the radium fees. So we can put 0.31 and we can just click create liquidity pool. And what it's going to do is it's going to make our coin instantly tradable. That's not going to be the direct next step yet, but we can click yes, confirm. And guess what? Once that happens, our coin, and we refresh here, it's going to show up here. Might take a little bit of refreshes, but there we go. Now our coin is officially live. As you can see, there is some profit here already, just $17. But this is where the new step kicks in, which is we now have the step, remember, MSN. We want to do the networking aspect next. What does the networking aspect entail? Let me go ahead and give myself some more room here so I can actually draw this out for you. The networking aspect, you have to make sure that you connect with people that can give your project life. So once you already checked off the box of having a good narrative, you looked at something on Twitter, for example, that is doing well, something that I was doing well on Pump.fun, and you copy and pasted it on the token creation platform of your choice. you can now go ahead and start the networking before you do the sales. The networking is basically done through two different ways. It's done through community focused efforts, okay, and QOLs. Well, QOLs are they're individual people, okay, that have other networks in their disposal. So under them, they might have a few Telegram groups, they might have a few big investors, they have a few big investors, or they might just have free Telegram groups and they show the coin for you. Like these people should have at least 100,000 people plus, and that's what a QOL is. Okay, they have 100,000 people plus within their database that can go ahead and invest in these projects for you. So the other community aspect to it is making sure that you share this coin with the community itself. So Elon Cheese, you can start literally just spamming the comment section for all of these different places and in order for people to buy your coin. Now, the best way that I would go about doing this is MemeFast itself, unlike Pump.fun, where you simply just copy and paste the CA and it looks like a scam. MemeFast has this very cool feature where you can actually share the legitimate token. As you can see here, it already says, already up 44% since we made it. It's going to allow people to buy it on their mobile devices, that they can scan it and they're on their laptops or whatever. And now I would go ahead and share this directly with the QOLs to make sure that they know what time it is and it's time to buy. You can actually share it directly on X groups here. You can join multiple different Telegram groups by finding, as you can see, you see how this person posted just a simple Pump.fun ticker and how unlegit it looks compared to something like this where you officially release a coin. Now a lot of people are going to have a lot more trust in your project. And again, you could, let's say in this group right here, put, hey, Stilton is a scam, right? Because I think that's what they exposed it for. And you can simply say, hey, why don't you invest on this instead? I made this other coin. Okay. That's the networking aspect. If you want to meet more people, I would directly DM all these people and say, hey, I have a new project coming up. I want to connect. Do you have any other groups that you can show it on, etc.? And you're going to start slowly meeting more people and networking with all of them. Okay. And the community aspect is the same. Lastly, for the sales feature, you want to make sure that this is more for complex projects. That is, to be honest with you, maybe not the best beginner friendly manner, but the sales aspect, you have to be very aggressive. You have to be very aggressive in the fact that you have to make sure you skew things in your favor. You have to make sure that you, for the most part, launch on a DEX that makes it easier for people to sell. So right now, the most popular DEX is Radium and PumpSwap. I still recommend trading on Radium because it's where the bigger projects are done, but PumpSwap is coming up heavy. And in order to launch on PumpSwap, you just directly launch a coin here. In order to launch on Radium, you directly go to MemeFast, which is the equivalent of Pump.fun, but specifically for Radium, and you could choose one of the two, and you have to have an aggressive sales strategy by sometimes offering incentives for people to buy. For example, if you want people to profit off it, let's say you can network with somebody, you can say, hey, I'll give you, remember, when we made this coin, we control 90% of the supply, okay? When we made this coin right here, Elon Cheese, 90% of the supply. So what we do now is we would distribute supply for people to, in exchange, promote our coin. And this is a very simple sales aspect of it that helps a lot when you're trying to get a project up and running. And as you guys can see here, after following this process that I showed you live in this video, the coin is currently that we made is currently at $430 USD, which is about 3.8. So this is great stuff, guys, if you actually choose to implement it. And this is something that took me a little while to learn and understand. But once you're able to do it, you're able to see ridiculous gains like the ones that I showed you in the beginning of this video. And I want you to keep in mind, this is the meme coin space. It's not going away, and as long as you specifically learn skills more tailored to the developers end, because with degen you really can't, it's really not skill based, it's really just luck based. But with developers, you can have full control over what you do. You can help more people make a lot more money. You can learn to launch coins that actually have good utility over time, and it can actually help more people when it hurts it if you do it the right way, of course. Because now right here, instead of simply removing all of the liquidity, I can just go ahead and remove a percentage of it and make sure that people still keep trading the coin, keep the meme alive. But at the same time, guess what? You have more control and you lower the risk of this happening.